So if anybody's been paying attention, there is some new updates on Mr. Rittenhouse, which I am absolutely happy about. I put in the description that I would be disingenuous if I didn't say that I felt like the man was acting in self-defense. Therefore, I have no problems with Kyle and what he did. If that was my son, cousin, whoever, relative, I would tell them the same thing. You'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Okay, so let me turn the camera off so I can basically tell you what the update is, and how Judge Schroeder has been doing this for a really long time. Clearly, a lot of judges have been in their profession for a long time. Sometimes it can potentially be too long, but in this case, I think he is making excellent judgment calls. And I know this is, pissing some people off. They're kind of in their feelings, but it is what it is. The judge has decided that the word victim cannot be used. And this is something that he's done previously, so it's not new. The second thing is that the judge is also considering, I'm not going to say that he's made a final judgment. It's considering that they will be able to call the 2 gentlemen that were shot riders and or looters. That's another thing that people are contentious about, of course. Now, if we're playing fair, the man has never allowed the word victim in the courtroom. So that's not something new if we're playing fair. As far as rioting and looting, if that was what they're doing that day, I don't think it's far-fetched to be able to call them that. I mean, it is what it is, right? So if we go back, let me see. I'm going to go and show, let's see here, the case details. And unfortunately, I believe this is something we've looked at already. Now, here are the charges. Some of them have been modified. You can see there's a misdemeanor on there. Felony A is going to be the top, right? The ones that would hold the most potential incarceration time. So you can see a couple of them are felony F, felony B, et cetera, et cetera. Now, the other thing that is also happening is that the judge is allowing footage from that day to be shown. And the part where the police are thanking him and offering him water will be included. So that's another thing that is potentially bothersome to folks. But for me, not at all. Like I said, I feel as if the complete visuals should be allowed to be shown. That gets the context of what happened that day, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of people have mentioned this whole, well, he crossed state lines with this gun. No, that is not proven that he crossed state lines with a gun. So stop it. I don't want to hear it. Let's base things on facts, not how we feel. You know, sometimes we have to step back and put ourselves in other people's shoes to really clearly, you know, understand and get a full, you know, a clear mind and determination on how we feel about it. I can't be more honest in saying this one thing. I am so thankful. Every part of me, and this is no disrespect to the people that died that day, okay? Because I don't speak ill will of the dead. I don't do it. I won't do it. It's just not happening. But um the important part about this is that they did try to harm him and potentially could have taken his life. And I think people need to look more at that. Um, I kind of skipped over what I really wanted to say, but the icing on the cake for me, because I feel as if Rittenhouse would have gotten a completely different trial, different treatment, et cetera, if there was any type of race relation involved. By this being, you know, all Caucasian people, it doesn't cause contention from other groups. So we don't have that aspect. And we know in this country at this time, see it on YouTube, um, that's a big issue. That's a huge issue right now. So I'm thankful that we don't have any of that to deal with. It just makes things easier. Um, the whole scenario. If now the thing I'm curious about, November 1st is right around the corner. That will be the jury selection, which I know there's, you know, Kenosha isn't that big. It's actually kind of small. So I don't really know how that's going to work, because I'm assuming that most of the people that live in Kenosha are aware of the situation, and that's going to knock them out of the box. I mean, there's going to be people that don't want to participate either. So they're going to have to find ways around that. But I'm kind of curious if they're going to be able to pull people from other counties potentially. I think that's what it's going to lead to. I just don't think that Kenosha is a big enough town to really have a jury pool that's going to say, oh no, we've never heard of this. I mean, this is kind of big in this state. So I'm assuming they'll potentially have to go out of that county. So let me stop screen sharing this. And at the end of the day, I will reiterate where I stand. I think Rittenhouse did exactly what he was supposed to do. I'm not going to argue the fact if he was woulda, coulda, shoulda there on that day, as in should he have been. I'm not going to argue that factor, because it's null and void. He was there. He did participate. And if you have been able to watch the full events of that day, then if you're looking at it from a non-biased eye, you will potentially see this the same as myself. But there's always going to be people that have a difference of opinion, and that's okay too. So with that being said, I just want to give you a little bit of an update. I appreciate everybody that is on this channel, everybody that's new to the channel. I'm very thankful, and you guys have a great, safe, and blessed day. Peace.